Gstaad. You may or may not have heard of it. But this upscale resort town in the Bernese Oberland region of the Swiss Alps hosts some of the world's most rich and famous people during the holiday season. If you hadn't heard of it before, then you should definitely watch this video. The locals. Gstaad's rich citizens are fighting a battle against newly minted billionaires determined to convert the lovely mountain town into their own flashy playground. Despite putting up a brave front, the locals are trembling in their fur-lined ski boots. Gstaad loves to brag about its snow globe-preserved Alpine beauties. Change comes at a sluggish pace here. This has been both a blessing and a curse for this Galt's Gulch of millionaires, where every chalet looks the same from the road, and they can just talk about Russians the way people used to talk about Jews in Darien, Connecticut. What is the link between Madonna and Valentino? They spend their vacations in the same exclusive Alpine village, which sees a population increase of 7,500 to 30,000 people over the course of 9 days in December. Every year, Moritz, the millionaire CEO of banknote security business Sipka, throws a large Christmas party in Gstaad, Switzerland, with bowls of cigarettes, unlimited champagne, and table after table filled in colorful salads, smoked salmon, and meat skewers, all perfectly undisturbed. Last year, Madonna allegedly left the party with her weeping daughter Lourdes with a witty message. This party isn't going to happen. Overflooded with the rich and famous. Gstaad cannot be understood unless you spend the Christmas season there. The sharpness of the mountain air has been stolen by the social anxiety that comes with trying to keep up with the ultra-wealthy. It's a game of hope you don't get sucked into the story of your not-so-fantastic upbringing. Even the millionaires are lost in the midst of a sea of billionaires. For 11 and a half months out of the year, the town is a peaceful mountain resort. The primary draws include knitting exhibits, award-winning honey, and top-performing cattle from Gstaad. Outside of agriculture, the single cinema is the source of the most excitement. Gstaad Life, a monthly magazine, includes articles about stand-up paddleboarding and the vandalism of sawn-down birch trees. But for 9 days in December, its citizens' daily lives are put on hold, and Gstaad dons the crimson velvet mantle of its alter ego, Christmas host for the world's wealthiest. Every year, the town of Sonnen grows from 7,445 citizens to more than 30,000, as 17,000 temporary employees pour in to cater to roughly 6,000 of the world's most famous VIPs, including Valentino, Julie Andrews, and Anne Hathaway. The Rosé. Gstaad was largely recognized as the next best thing to St. Moritz until 1916. Despite lacking St. Moritz's nightlife and Olympic legacy, Gstaad does have one thing that St. Moritz does not: Le Rosé. This premium boarding school has taught everyone from Prince Rainier III of Monaco to the last Shah of Iran to the present Aga Khan, leader of the Ismaili religion, as described by Nicholas Folks in Swans, the Jet Set Society as the Jet Set Eton. A winter campus in Gstaad is one of the benefits of tuition costs of $110,000 a year. Palace Hotel. Gstaad gradually became renowned as the most exclusive of Alpine towns, and the affluent and famous began to spend their festive holidays here. Gstaad features a palace hotel similar to St. Moritz. It was praised as the sole alternative for jet-setters who do not have the luxury of having their own chalet, as it's owned and operated by the Schertz hotelier dynasty. Each season it is completely packed, with bookings coming in as far in advance as 3 years. Christmas is frequently celebrated in the hotel's suites, which have a tree and seasonal decorations, or in one of the hotel's 5 restaurants, which are all overlooking an 18-foot fir in the lounge. The palace lies at the heart of Gstaad's peculiar dual identity. It's a stone castle perched atop the town, with views of the calm streets below. The palace leads down to the town promenade, which is lined with Louis Vuitton, Hermes, and Troy Palms retailers. The Hotel Olden, a famous hangout from the 1960s, lies at the far end, with a classic front that makes it appear more like an old-fashioned Swiss restaurant than a hotel. Taxi Simon. The station pulls in a tiny army of staff who must spring into action to cater to the Christmas season's guests. Workers in Gstaad come from the neighboring town of Launen, which has a population of 812. Many of them are drivers, since the number of automobiles on the road over the holidays increases from the typical 700 or so to more than 3,000. The Christmas season is a time of little sleep for Taxi Simon, a family-run business. According to owner Mario Simon, during the year they have 2 full-time employees and 2 part-time employees. But during peak season, that number jumps to 20. And even that isn't always enough. They have agreements with other limousine service businesses in Switzerland to bring in more Mercedes Vianos and automobiles to accommodate the visitors. The hotel staff. The personnel at the palace are required to keep its visitors' identities hidden while discreetly tending to their requirements. It's a mini-city in and of itself, with requests ranging from daily massages to one-on-one yoga sessions and fresh organic goat milk. According to guest relations manager Barbara Branco-Scheiss, there are no vacations or days off during the Christmas season. Hotel employees generally work 13 to 14-hour days. Christmas is frequently celebrated on December 28th, the last day before New Year's Eve. The hotel has more than 200 staff rooms to service 104 guest rooms, and the workforce grows from 50 to 300 in December, all there to play their part in the production of making Christmas, well, the loveliest time of the year. On hotel property, there is no mixing of guests and workers, and drinking is strictly prohibited during working hours. On Christmas Eve, the norm is breached when employees are served steak frites with wine instead of water. Electricity. The increased capacity necessitates an increase in voltage. In the run-up to the millennium in 1999, visitors' energy consumption exceeded the town's power supply, resulting in a 4-day blackout from the 26th to the 31st of December. There are now 300 backup generators taken out of storage for the winter season. Lucia, the palace's head of operations, recounts the romanticism of the lack of power. Candlelit meals, but adds that the staff at the resort had to resort to handwritten receipts and worked extra time to catch up in the early days of 2000. Les Rosés grads. The students and graduates of Les Rosés are positioned in the center of the famous VIPs and the working people of Gstaad. The town is like a second home to them. Alexander Putman, a Les Rosés graduate, has spent every Christmas since he was a youngster in Gstaad. Gstaad, he adds, is like family to him. It's a great, calm spot for family vacations, a place where he doesn't have to go out, where he doesn't have to ski too much, and where he can truly spend time with his inner circle. That's a wrap for this video. Doesn't this make you want to take a trip there yourself? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.